is the limit. Sky is the limit.
The Motsepe Cup was initiated by the president, Mr. Patrice Motsepe, in memory of his mother and the integral role she played in his life. The idea behind the tournament is to grow the soccer stars of the future by networking the talent with those scouting for talent. One such scout is soccer legend Jan Malombo Lechaba, chief scout for the Mamelodi Sundowns Football Club.
During our era, you find that you didn't have this type of opportunity. We didn't have enough. It was all about dedication, discipline, and determination. That's what we make it. For them to have all these facilities, it's easy for them. In our time, it was difficult because we used to play at the gravel. You used to barefooted, you know. Things change, you know. It's easy for them to be professional players.
Playing conditions may have improved from those you experienced in the 70s, but for Malombo, whether scouting or playing, it all boils down to the same thing, a love for the beautiful game.
Well, what makes a good scout is that you must have the passion of the game.
And it was this passion and knowledge of the game that secured his position as chief scout for Sundowns.
Firstly, we don't look for just an ordinary player. What we're looking for the ball player. We don't just look for somebody who can just kick the ball.
There's a certain type of player that fits into the Sundowns culture, and Jan is well versed in sourcing and developing that player.
There is still another level whereby you're going to teach them not to be ball watcher. If I get a better, let's say, defender, he's still going to go to a certain level whereby he's going to be educated. You don't look at the ball. The ball, if the player is that side, that player is not dangerous. The danger one is the one that is next. So that those are the things that we got to teach him. In 2 years' time, he should be able to play for Mamelodi Sundowns Football Club.
Championships are won on goals. What are you looking for in a striker?
In a striker, like we said, that you need somebody who can accelerate. You go to 10, go to face the post, who can score goals. Coaching is in my blood. I see myself coaching, yes. I want him to be a star. Agir to the Sundowns. Agir. One more. Yeah. Agir to the Sundowns. Yeah. Agir to the Sundowns. Odalang. Irai. Guys, Man, Tekomudis, well done. What Gutaska Tekomudis again? Sure. Yeah.
For Lechaba, the secret to a successful football team is based on many things, but hinges around one key ingredient for a coach: discipline.
You know, discipline, what I normally say to people is that you must have time with these boys. You need to talk to them. You don't have to fight them. You need to talk to them. You need to sit down with them. You are not just a coach. You are a parent, you are a father, you are a mother. You are everything. They should know that there's still a long way to go because they are 19. You must tell them that in 10 years' time, you want to see them somewhere. But it's all about life skill, how they should behave. You are going to be a good player if, outside, you are a good person. And you have to be a good person, you have to be healthy, of course, to play this game.
The final of the Free State Provincials were played between favourites Harmony High School Academy and Dr. Reginald Klingo School from Fezile Dabi. They were playing for a purse of 100,000 Rand. This is big money in anybody's books, but especially for the schools involved in the tournament, many of which come from poorer communities.
Of course, it does building communities. One principal once said that I'm not going to give this boys the money, but I'm going to improve. You know, you see the windows, the toilets, everything, buses, other schools, the kumbis, you know. There are a lot of things that is happening, but the most important thing, like I said the other day, is that the legacy. that you live as a player to the school that you know, that building, that ground, I'm the one who contributed. And that thing is not all about, you know, for these boys to get the money. It's all about improving anything for the schools. By creating this type of competition, I think that we are going to get a lot of soccer players. In fact, not ordinary soccer players, but the future star of South Africa.
Harmony, although being favourites, couldn't capitalise on their chances and went down 1-0 late in the second half, giving Dr. Reginald Klingo School their first provincial victory since they started participating in the tournament.
Well, the media is so important, you know, it's so good for these young boys. If this boy tomorrow, when you go to the shop, you buy Sowetan and you see his picture, you know, it's a motivation by itself. And then, you know, you'll show in the friends, the family, to be seen, or the television, to be sitting at home, watching himself playing a school cup, and then you watch yourself on TV. It's a motivation by itself. Because, you know, in this game, you don't have to be greedy. You'll always want to see somebody who's better than you. And then at the end of the day, you know, it's that in future, I will say that this is the player that is playing for South Africa. And then this is the player that I brought to Sundown.